Okay, hi there. So we have Dr. Kathy Field here with us for the monthly conversation on longevity. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So hi, Kathy. Great to have you on our podcast.
Lovely to be here.
Thank you. So as a first question, I would love to understand what has been any recent advancement in the or innovations in dermatologies that caught your eye, or you think that it could be a pioneer for the future of longevity in the skin.
Longevity is a magic word. And I think Jane Fonda just recently said it best when she's 85 years old. And she said, I don't want to date anyone over the age of 20 because I hate old skin. So not only we want to live a long and full and happy life, but we want our skin to look as good along that journey, because the truth is, really, as soon as our 20s, 30s, the skin begins to degrade. And for the women, hormonally, we degrade very rapidly once the hormones are gone. So this is really an urgent need, universal need, for one reason. The evolutionary purpose between male and female is mating. Let's keep it simple, even at 85 for Jane Fonda. And so the quality of our skin is a marker for health. It's a marker for health and age and fertility. So all of those things go into the word longevity: health, fertility, thriving, etc. So now your question focuses on where are we, what are we doing? And the answer is truly complex, because this is so complicated. The skin is not a simple wrapper on top of all the organs, but we're approaching longevity through energy-based devices, through different biostimulators that we inject into the skin to help upregulate collagen and elastin, through topical formulations that also from the top seem to do that, through inflammation. We want to stop the inflammatory process in the body in general, but certainly in the skin, because all of that inflammation leads to the breakdown of the skin, which we can visibly see and we see as disease. So where we're going everywhere, all at once, all the time, in our beautiful, wonderful world of dermatology.
Okay, great. So my second question is, if there was a possibility to unite all the aesthetic industry on a topic or on a problem to solve, if they could all come together and collaborate to solve one specific challenge, what do you think that problem would be to tackle as a industry collectively?
Well, I think the big topic that seems to, in dermatology specifically, is inflammation. Inflammation leads to the breakdown of collagen and elastin. Inflammation leads to hair loss. Inflammation leads to disease, psoriasis, eczema, etc. So if there is a key molecule, and if you look at where the breakthroughs are in our science today, it's all these biologics or JAK inhibitors. And where we used to give you steroids, if everybody remembers steroids, that was a bazooka, a carpet bomb. We would just turn off all the cell systems to stop inflammation. But now we can very selectively take out these interleukins, and there are many, and they have names, and it's complex. But they're all keying in very discreetly in disease on key areas of inflammation. So we don't need a carpet bomb. We can be targeted. And by targeting, we're more healthy. We're stopping the bad inflammatory process selectively rather than taking out everything, because there are good aspects to the way the body responds. You don't want to shut it all down. That's a mistake. So the target right now in dermatology is leaning hard in, and there is just this huge cascade of new molecules coming in, both orally, injected, and topically, to stop really discrete areas of inflammation. So that's where pharmacy is there. The pharmaceutical industry is taking us now and rapidly.
Okay, great. So for you, if you could, create drugs or therapies to remove that, I think this would be clearly a good inflection point for the entire industry.
Well, I think let's go a level deeper. Let's go customized, as we're hoping for customized treatment for cancer therapy as a very good example. If we can customize by your genetic profile, if we can sequence the DNA, specifically come up with where the letters in your alphabet are incorrect, and we can target discreetly and repair those defects, customized to you. I think that will be the future. It's an exciting prospect indeed. This is going to take perhaps decades and lots of money, but the interest and the will is there, and breakthroughs, because they're happening in cancer, will be happening in our world as well, as we get to a customized world of healthcare, of skin care, and certainly for skin disease.
Yeah, true. And then, like, if you're looking, in 10 years time, what do you think is the skincare ingredient of the future? What does it need to have?
I like that. I like that question because I'm going to go back 30, maybe 40 years. When I was a resident at Stanford, let's go back to 1984 to 87, the molecule du jour was retinoic acid. Retinoic acid, we apply it as tretinoin on the surface, gets converted to retinoic acid inside the skin. Why do we like the molecule? The molecule is a derivative of vitamin A. Good. But what did we learn? And this was the breakthrough molecule of the century in skin, because retinoic acid normalized the epidermis. So very coiled top layer of dead skin became normalized and short and compact. When you look at a baby's face or a child, they're shiny. And that shininess isn't because I have a nice ring light here making me all sparkly, but that shininess is that compact epidermis. So it normalized and made old skin younger. It normalized the epidermis, the actual living part, so it had less atypical cells. That's anti-cancer code. It made pigment, too much concentrations of packets of pigment in that epidermis lose the pigment, so it became brighter. So we had improved shininess to the skin. The pores were less packed up. So pores, it stopped acne down in the pore, stops precancerous cells, it stops melasma or lentigos and freckles on the face. So we dermatologists love retinoic acid because a singular topical application daily improves the quality of your skin, not just for the concern of pores and acne, but for the long-term health of your skin. That's historical. So if you ask a dermatologist today, what's the molecule we believe in? Retinoic acid. Where are we going? Now, because we can do more targeted therapies, we went through the era of peptides. Peptides are little protein signatures that tell something to happen. Now, one peptide doesn't fit all, and everybody has their cocktail of peptides. And this is where microbiome comes in, because we want you to prove to me, as the doctor, you just paid, what, $200, $800, 37 pounds at Boots? I don't know. For your magic miracle cream, did it do something? Was there an improvement? Or maybe my skin got worse. I don't know. But we can now quantify improvement with your strategy without a biopsy, without interrupting the skin and the processes live on the human face. This is a huge breakthrough, because I can fantasize that I'm getting younger skin or hope that I'm investing in my face in the right way for my issues. But now we can prove it to the customer, to the skincare companies, both pharmaceutical and cosmetic, that all this effort really is translating into better quality skin. So your question is directing me towards what's coming. Is that where I get to drive to?
Yes, exactly.
So don't throw away the old. Old stuff is good. I like my peptides. I like my retinol. I like my vitamin C a little bit, though I'd sure love to see what microbiome can prove on vitamin C, because I sure have never seen a dramatic something with skin. But we're driving in this new era into exosomes. Exosomes is the buzzword. What is an exosome? It's a nanoparticle. Ooh, nanoparticles. they're interesting because they can go anywhere. They can travel, penetrate skin, and go. Question is, where are they going, and why do we care? So people may have been hearing about PRP, platelet-enriched plasma, where we draw your blood, spin it down, which may break up too much of your blood, your plasma particles. But we're trying to extract your own exosomes. These exosomes contain packets that communicate with cells and say, heal, repair. So we inject it in your knee to give you a better quality response after knee surgery, or maybe to prevent knee surgery because we're putting in, we believe, a growth factor. The problem is, offhand, there's about 7 growth factors in your platelets, and when we spin it down, 5 say upregulate and heal, and 2 say no, downregulate, don't heal. So when we inject you with your own stuff, we don't know what we're really doing. We have no real science that proves what we're putting in is up or down. It's that complicated. In fact, many layers more than that, because there's a lot more going into that injection of your own blood into your knee or your arm or your skin or your scalp to grow hair. And that's why our results are hit and miss. We know there's something there. So now with exosomes, we're taking platelets, spinning it down, and we're extracting exosomes, and we're going to figure out what's in them. We're going to be able to load them with the right up-regulated growth hormone for the problem. Grow hair. Problem. Fix an inflamed knee. So the new target du jour is not your own blood, but mass-produced. Now, the exosome technology is complicated today. It can come from a rosebud, though I don't understand why a flower would talk to a human cell. You got to convince me on that. Therefore, again, microbiome, show me the results. Number 2, you can derive your exosomes from adipose tissue, human fat cells, from mesenchymal tissue, cord blood tissue, babies. They're getting it from cow cord blood and other animals. It's quite a wild west today. But the future-facing question is this the next answer to be able to, A, customize, B, stop inflammation, upregulate skin, wound healing, and give us what we crave, which is eternally young, healthy skin? The answer is maybe. And the industry is leaning in very hard in this direction.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was at IMCAS last month, and it was really the buzzword, the exosomes, and it seems like everyone is experimenting with it. So
I have a warning to the consumer: don't be the first.
Yeah,
let somebody else be the experiment, because we don't know what we're injecting yet. We don't know what's in the exosome, and if you press the companies, it's hilarious. We have 1 billion. We have 20 billion. We have 1 trillion exosomes in one little vial. What? They don't know. Then you ask, well, what is in your exosome? There's no answer. So I think there is a there. Let's hold on tight, but let's do the right clinical testing to be sure we're doing the right thing and that it's safe and it's getting results that are reproducible, transformative, and reliable every time.
Yes. Okay, so my next question, I mean, personally, I get asked this a lot, so I am sure, you know, as a dermatologist and the founder of 2 super successful skincare brands, you also get this question asked a lot. Is can you share the practices that you've incorporated in your own life that help you, you know, promote skin longevity and wellness? That could be nutrition, skincare ingredients, products. Can you share like the holy grail? That's possible.
So is the question the holy grail in my practice, personally, believe?
Personally, on yourself, on Dr. Kathy Fields.
So my belief and knowledge is skin is very complicated. It is not only my sex, my age, my genetic background. It is my habits, whether I'm in the sun, whether I smoke, whether I'm yo-yo dieting, I'm on Ozempic, all these very complex factors go into how I will be aging. Now, I have the luxury, I still practice, and I love practicing medicine. I have the privilege to treat the whole person, not just the skin, because of this complexity. When someone comes into the office and they're having tremendous stress, and I see their skin went, I got to ask the question, are you okay? How can I help? Because I'm not going to be able to make their skin beautiful without helping them with their heart, soul, and mind. I've got to lean into all the issues on their plate, whether it's family, health, stress, etc. So that's number one, is to look at the whole person and where they are in time to be able to get great results for what they want. A good example and a lovely story, a patient came in, she was new, and she was interested in cosmetic questions. I'm known in the area for that. And I just could feel the tension. And I dug deeper, and there was some very serious family issues. As it happens, I have a wonderful coach, a young man who's a physical coach. Like, you go to the gym, he's going to train you, but he specializes in young boys, in 13 to 20. And this is such a crisis point in humans today, this age with social media, trying to belong. And this particular child had learning issues and the list, and was about to be thrown out of school. Through that conversation, I hooked her up with my favorite coach, turned this child around completely. He didn't need 20 more hours on a couch with a therapist. He needed a lifeline. He needed a path forward. When you fix that problem, he's thriving now. He just got into college. His mother became 20 years younger. All that stress, that unknown, that fear, what's going to happen to my baby? Why doesn't anybody know what's wrong? All of that went away. And with that, returned the quality of your skin. So I want to start with that, because for people listening out there, try to find a physician who really is interested in you. It's hard today. We're overworked. We get 6 minutes a patient if you're in one of the wheels versus independent. And we can't ask the most important questions that you need answered in your life, that we can help you, that we have services to get you what you need. So that's my project, my hobby, my life. Now, what do I do in my practice? Whoa, I got toys. So the answer is depends. If you have capillaries, I have a laser for that. If there's lentigos, I have 6 lasers, chemical peels, Fraxel, I've got toys for that. We have Botox and fillers, but we've learned a lesson here. Too much is too much. Too much is too much. As a physician, it's my job to say, no. I'm not going to give you cheeks to here and lips to there. That's trend and fad and terrible. And what happens 10 years from now from all the gook we throw in your body? We're injecting fillers. Gee, it's not gone. It's still there 10 years later, and it's shifting. It's moving around. So there is a pushback today to do less fillers. Yes, Botox, that goes away completely. The botulinum toxins are very safe and used now in almost 200 or plus diseases. Botulinum is the penicillin of the 21st century. Botulinum is the penicillin of the 21st century. We're using it everywhere for all kinds of crazy diseases, and it's almost magic. So the answer is I have to be thinking of what I'm using today, but worry and protect you from what consequences could loom tomorrow, like exosomes. Oh yeah, I'm curious, but I won't be the first one in line until they show me the safety data. So therefore, what do I use? The answer is what I need at the time. If I need skin tightening, I pull out my energy-based devices. If I need fat reduction, we have devices for that. If I want skincare, I tailor it to the need of the patient. If it's acne, topical meds, comprehensive morning and night. If it's wrinkles, it's a combination of everything we discussed, peptides and retinol and anti-inflammatory agents combined in Dex. And it's not one serum can do it. We cannot stuff every ingredient into a single deck. It doesn't work. You have to use the right cleanser that sets you up for the penetration of the right toner, that sets you up for the right lotion and sunscreen. And you got to have sunscreen because the number one anti-aging thing is sun avoidance. So if you're going to be in the sun at all, which means any light coming in from a window and UV, you got to have sun protection. And by the way, a hot tip, tinted sunscreen is better than plain. Tinted sunscreen actually stops more of the melasma and the brown discoloration. So if you want to go a level up, even for guys, that slight tint is an advantage to protect the skin from sun damage. So there isn't a single ingredient that I endorse. It's the combination. I do have a skincare company, as you know, with Rodin+Fields. That's our belief, is the right cleanser, toner, lotion, sunscreen, and the night system to get everything we can into the right place into the skin. And when you do it daily, you can come to my office and I can burn your face. But if you do repetitive every day in your life, you will prevent or not need a dermatologist to do all of the above. So as an example, at 66, I've not had a facelift. I've not done any fancy surgeries. So with a lot of skincare over 40 years and not going out in the sun, though I am from Miami Med School, sorry, I gave it up. But that's how you get longevity and health, is avoiding the bad habits and doing the right skincare every day.
Wow, fantastic. Actually, my next question, was what is the skincare for longevity that you would recommend to anyone over 35? And I think you already answered it, because
comprehensive.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people think, okay, what do I use? What is one cream that I can, whereas it's more of a over longitudinal time that you can see the benefits. Love that.
I want to add a piece to that because I know the customer, it runs after what's called the hero formula. Company X produces magic serum, got to have it. And company Y produces a different magic serum, got to have that. We call it, Katie Rodin and I, my partner, cream of the week. It's got to be a placenta extract or gold or exosome, right? So you buy that. When you combine decks, if you use brand A, B, and C, and you put them all together, you may get what's called this crumbling, where all the formulas break. And what that means is you get this white sort of, fibrous material on your face. Everything you just put on your skin just failed. Everything. Just wash your face, start over, and go again. Because the emulsifiers or different agents, ingredients didn't work together. And so they crumbled. They just fell apart. So a hot tip is, it's better to stay within a brand because brands generally formulate for building on their systems so that they don't put in a new cream that cancels out its old cream. So you can layer effectively. The other trick is to pat on, let that serum or cream dry well, and then pat on another. Another tip, put the active ingredient on first. So retinoic acid, active ingredient, that goes on first. You don't put that on after the sunscreen. That goes on last. Now, if you're going in the sun, sunscreen goes on first because my problem is sun. Sunscreen first. If I want moisture, I need moisture all night. I want my heavier moisturizer at night. There's a difference in the transepidermal water loss at night. So you want to keep moisture in. So that's the time to use a heavier moisturizer. So these are little tips. Heck, we could do a whole podcast on derm tips to get the best results from the creams you're using. So tip 1, use the most active first, closest to skin. Number 2, let them dry down well before applying layers. Try to stick within a brand so they don't cancel each other out. Treat the problem first. That's the problem. If it's sun protection, it's sunscreen. If it's acne, that goes on first. So you can figure out what you need to be using at the time and where you layer. Otherwise, it's complicated.
Wow. Thank you so much for that tip. I'm going to get started as well.
Yeah, write it down.
I will. Okay. My last questions, I've heard a lot of times you speak about blue oceans. You have been an entrepreneur, practicing dermatologist. And I've, always hear you saying, look for blue ocean. So for example, when you created ProActiv, I think maybe like 25 years ago now, or more than that, there was no acne markets. It was all big skincare. And, I've heard you say that the acne product wasn't there, specifically to acne, and ProActiv did, so well, and it actually added to the size of the skincare market. It made it bigger. So if you were to do another company again now, in 2024, what do you see as the blue ocean right now? So for example, you said don't create another photo app or dermatology that takes up, well, there are millions of them. What is it that you would start right now?
Good question. So in this red ocean, meaning there's so many companies begging for the customer's attention, where is the opportunity? And the blue ocean today, I still think, is customization. Customization to the degree where we can really genetically marker you, identify you, really type you. And then after knowing where the problems are, create that perfect system for you to use for the long term, for where you are now in time. So you're a lot younger than me, your skin is beautiful. I want to keep your skin just the way it is, but your recipe may differ from someone else who's a smoker. May look just as good, but they've got some issues. They're doing other things, or stress, etc. Mm-hmm. So a truly customized, almost down to the DNA, is a big blue ocean. And the question is, how do you make it for the masses? It's one thing, to sell to 10 people or 1,000 people or maybe hundreds of thousands, but to scale, to bring that to the masses, is a very different issue. In acne, so ProActiv solution in the United States, the healthcare changed. When the healthcare changed overnight, we used to be able to go in 1990 and before to any doctor you want. Your insurance covered the visit and your medication. You could be seen in follow-up, and it wasn't free, but it was doable. So everyone had access to care. That overnight stopped. And suddenly, Katie and I realized everyone has acne, and they're scarring. They're being left with marks. And if they don't come to see us, where are they going? The answer is nowhere. And we felt compelled to create something to help people live well in their skin. It wasn't just a pimple. It was your self-esteem and your confidence and your whole life. Because if you have bad skin, you don't leave your couch. If you have bad skin, you don't enter a relationship. If you have bad skin, you are judged by others in a nanosecond. We all diagnose with our reptilian brains someone within a blink of an eye. Can't help it. That's just what we do. That brain does that. And that diagnostic will keep people home because they know. And now with these phony lighting, and we're all perfect on a screen, the reality doesn't match what this AI image is. And so more than ever, we need to really get to the heart of what people's issues are and help them on their journey so they have the clear skin they value and need. So that becomes the blue ocean, is that customizable effect rather than someone going to Boots and you have the wall of stuff. What do? Every brand out there is screaming your name, help me, Shakiba, I want to fix your this, and this, and pretty orange packaging. And you're looking at the wall going, I'm out of here. I don't even know how to start. So what we want to do is offer you your answer, not a generic, like you fill a survey in on a customer site where it's kind of close. And, 3 questions, I can profile you: oily or dry, age, acne or no. I mean, I can slot you in real fast. But we want to go deeper, better, and really give you the right answers for where you are today and then tomorrow. So that's my blue ocean. I'll let you know if I accomplish it.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for your time. I think I'm gonna go and change my skincare routine now, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pleasure.